Some wipe out towns, others wipe out civilizations. We're ranking nature's disasters from bad to catastrophic. Today we're counting down the deadliest natural disasters on Earth, ranked by total human lives lost throughout recorded history. The gap between number 10 and number 1 is almost impossible to imagine. Millions of lives separate them. Stick around to the end, because the number 1 killer on this list is not the one Hollywood taught you to fear. We rank these purely on historical death tolls, the real numbers from real events across centuries of records. I'm Rex, and I promise you, this countdown gets darker and bigger with every single step. Let's start at the bottom with disasters that still shake the planet but rarely reach mass casualty scale. Coming in at number 10, we have tornadoes. They're violent, terrifying, and hit with almost no warning. The deadliest single tornado on record killed around 1,300 people in Bangladesh in 1989. But globally, tornadoes rarely produce the massive death tolls we'll see later on this list. That's what earns them the bottom spot. Devastating locally, contained globally. Still, when a wedge tornado touches down, entire towns can be scraped off the map in minutes. Number 9 goes to wildfires, and this ranking might surprise you. Wildfires feel apocalyptic on the news, but historically, they've killed far fewer people than water or wind ever have. The deadliest wildfire on record, the Peshtigo Fire of 1871, killed around 1,500 to 2,500 people in a single night. Whole towns vanished into flame. What earns wildfires this spot isn't the past, it's the future. Climate shifts are making fire seasons longer, hotter, and far more dangerous every decade. But the next one on our list doubles the damage because it doesn't just burn, it buries. At number 8, we have landslides, and they are silent killers. A hillside can hold for 100 years, then collapse in 15 seconds. The 1920 Haiyuan landslides in China, triggered by an earthquake, buried an estimated 100,000 people under moving earth. What makes landslides so deadly is speed. Debris flows can hit around 50 miles per hour, giving people almost no time to react. They rarely make global headlines, but they quietly reshape mountains and end thousands of lives every single year. And yet, compared to what's coming, they're still just a warm-up. Number 7 belongs to volcanic eruptions, and history remembers them for a reason. When Mount Tambora erupted in 1815, it killed roughly 100,000 people, most from starvation, not lava. The ash cloud triggered a year without a summer across the globe, wiping out harvests continents away. Krakatoa in 1883 killed another 36,000, mostly through the tsunamis it launched. Volcanoes rank this high because they don't just destroy locally, they can rewrite the climate for years. But the next disaster on our list doesn't need years to kill, it only needs seconds. Coming in at number 6, we have earthquakes with epicenters on land. A single earthquake can level a city faster than you can finish reading the sentence. The 1976 Tanshan earthquake in China killed an estimated 240,000 to 655,000 people in under a minute. What makes them so deadly is the collapse, buildings, bridges, and highways falling on people who had no warning. Modern engineering saves lives, but in dense, older cities, the death tolls can still be catastrophic. And we're only halfway through. The top 5 is on another level entirely. Number 5 goes to extreme heat waves, and this one is climbing every year. The 2003 European heat wave quietly killed around 70,000 people across the continent. The 2010 Russian heat wave added another 55,000 to the record books. Heat waves rank this high because they hide. There's no war, no shaking, just a slow, invisible pressure that overwhelms the human body. And unlike most disasters on this list, heat waves are getting worse, not better. But before we get to number 1, this next one deserves serious respect because it drowns entire coastlines. At number 4, we have tsunamis. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed around 230,000 people across 14 countries in a single morning. Waves reach heights of about 100 feet in some areas, moving at jet engine speeds across open ocean weed, in some areas moving at jet engine speeds across open ocean. What makes tsunamis so lethal is reach. One seafloor rupture can kill people on beaches thousands of miles away. You might disagree with this ranking, and honestly, I get it. Drop your number one in the comments. Because the top three, these are the disasters that don't just kill thousands. They kill millions. Number three is tropical cyclones, the hurricanes, typhoons, and cyclones that batter coastlines every year. The 1970 Bola cyclone in Bangladesh killed an estimated 300,000 to 500,000 people in a single storm. It's considered the deadliest tropical cyclone in recorded history, and it reshaped an entire nation. What makes cyclones so devastating is the combination: wind, storm surge, flooding, and disease all arriving together. Low-lying coastal regions with dense populations turn one storm into a national tragedy, but even a monster cyclone can't compete with what water does when a river breaks its banks. Coming in at number two, we have floods, and the numbers here are staggering. The 1931 China floods killed an estimated 1 to 4 million people, making it one of the deadliest disasters ever recorded. Rivers overflowed, farmland vanished underwater, and disease and starvation followed for months. Floods dominate the death tolls of history because they don't just kill on impact, they destroy food, water, and shelter all at once. Whole regions can be trapped for weeks, unable to escape or receive aid. And yet, as brutal as floods are, the number one disaster on this list has killed more people than any other natural event in human history. Number one, the deadliest natural disaster of all time: famine and drought. When rains fail and crops die, entire civilizations can collapse. The scale is almost impossible to grasp. The Chinese famines of the 19th and 20th centuries killed tens of millions of people across multiple events. Drought is the quiet engine behind history's worst suffering. No wind, no waves, just an empty sky and empty fields. It earns number one because nothing else on this list even comes close to its total human cost across recorded history. It's slow, invisible, and it kills entire generations before the world realizes what's happening. To recap our top three: tropical cyclones at number three, floods at number two, and famine and drought crowned as the deadliest of them all. Do you agree with the number one spot, or does something else on this list deserve the crown? Tell me in the comments. If this ranking hit hard, you'll want to see the ranking of the strongest storms ever recorded. The numbers there are even wilder. Subscribe and hit the bell, because next week we're settling an even bigger debate: the largest extinction events in Earth's history, ranked. Nature doesn't ask permission, and it doesn't take second place lightly. This ranking is based on general research and is meant to inform and entertain, for educational and entertainment purposes only.